At some point, you run out of excuses and you're left with a pattern. And with Tiger Woods, the pattern is no longer subtle, debatable, or misunderstood. It's established. It's repetitive. It's dangerous. Because it's obvious to anybody not doing a cover-up dance for another high-profile celebrity, Tiger Woods is an addict. His latest motoring incident isn't some isolated lapse in judgment. It fits neatly into a history that includes prior DUI issues, prescription drug concerns, and that horrific 2021 crash in California that easily could have ended his life or somebody else's. That crash was supposed to be the moment, the defining wake-up call, the everything changes forever event. It wasn't. That's the problem. Which brings us to the rollover wreck Woods initiated near his home in Florida, where he tried to pass a vehicle towing a trailer, swerved to avoid an accident, and found himself crawling out of the passenger side window while looking up at nothing but blue Florida sky. When someone refuses a urinalysis but registers a zero blood alcohol level, it doesn't take a detective to understand what that suggests. Law enforcement sees impairment all the time. They know the signs. And when they push for further testing, it's not random, it's informed. This is now multiple incidents circling the same drain. Impaired operation of a vehicle, questionable awareness, and just enough plausible deniability to keep the machine from fully breaking down. And every time the response follows a script. Concern, but not outrage. Coverage, but not confrontation. Consequences, but never the kind that actually force change. Why? Simple. Because it's Tiger Woods. The name still carries weight. The legacy still buys patience. The highlight reel still clouds judgment. People don't want to reconcile the greatness they watched with the reality they're seeing. So they soften it. They frame it as unfortunate instead of unacceptable. But here's the truth. When the same behavior shows up again and again, it's no longer a mistake. It's a choice, reinforced by the lack of real consequences. And until that changes, neither will the behavior. That behavior centers smack dab on those who keep setting Woods up to perhaps kill himself, kill somebody else, or maybe all of the above.
And to see this happen not only once but twice, now the third time, and to have been able to survive the last time and now go through it again, it just leads you to wonder who's surrounding him, why is he keeping getting in these circumstances, and he's been so great with his driver on the course, perhaps he should get a driver to drive him.
Let's strip this down to something painfully simple. Tiger Woods never has to drive again, ever. No, let's stop playing the 6-inch putt here. Tiger Woods must never be allowed behind the wheel of any moving vehicle more powerful than a child's electric car. Full stop. Not because he's incapable, but because he has the means to eliminate the risk entirely. A full-time driver, on-call transportation, security personnel, whatever you want to call it. It's a rounding error in his financial life. You and I toss pennies into fountains wishing for good luck. Tiger has the wherewithal to unload buckets of cash into a barbecue fire for entertainment purposes. So when Woods gets behind the wheel under questionable conditions, it's not about necessity. It's about ego. It's about a man who has spent his entire life being accommodated, protected, and in many cases insulated from consequence. When you're treated like the center of the universe long enough, you start to believe normal rules apply to other people, not to you. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. That mindset doesn't survive on its own. It's fed by the people around him, handlers, advisors, friends, business interests. The entire ecosystem built around maintaining Tiger Woods as a brand, not necessarily as a person who needs accountability. Because accountability is disruptive. It creates tension. It risks access. It forces uncomfortable conversations that people in those positions are often unwilling to have. So instead, they manage. They smooth things over. They protect the image while ignoring the behavior that threatens far more than a reputation. And they all make a large buck from kissing his golf bag. And let's not ignore the long-standing reputation that's followed Tiger for years. This isn't new. Stories of arrogance, of dismissiveness, of treating people as beneath him, those didn't appear overnight. They've been consistent enough to stick. Now, to be clear, none of that makes him unique in the world of elite athletes. But in this context, it matters. Because arrogance plus addiction plus access is a dangerous combination. It creates a person who not only makes bad decisions, but believes, on some level, that the fallout won't truly reach him. And so far, he's been right. Where Tiger Woods goes from here is predictable and dangerous.
When you drink or when you do drugs, you don't think that you're impaired or that somebody's going to notice. Some of the great liars are drinkers, drug addicts. At least they try to lie to you. But Tiger can't lie to himself anymore. People can only say so much or do so much. Maybe his new girlfriend can help him, but, she's got children. Can you imagine if Tiger's driving her children and it's in the afternoon in a neighborhood? It's sad. But, he's lucky he hasn't killed somebody, himself included.
Here's the reality nobody wants to say plainly and out loud. Tiger Woods' dalliance with vehicular danger doesn't continue indefinitely without consequences escalating. Now, that's not my opinion. That's called pattern recognition. You don't keep stacking incidents involving impairment in driving and expect the ending to suddenly improve on its own. That's not how this works. It either stops because the behavior changes, or it stops because something far worse forces it to. And right now, there's no evidence, none whatsoever, the behavior is changing. Tiger Woods already survived a crash that should have fundamentally altered how he approached risk. His California crash was the moment where everything should have tightened, where the people around him step in, where he steps back, where the margin for error completely disappears. But the entitlement, the coddling, the excuses, and everybody profiting from it all continued. So, guess what? Here we are, again. Let's be direct about what's at stake. This isn't just about Tiger Woods anymore. It really hasn't been for a while. It's about the person driving the other car. It's about the kids in the back seat who didn't sign up to be potential victim counts. It's about the pedestrian crossing the street. It's about the family that has no idea their lives could intersect with somebody operating under impairment and poor judgment. That's where this goes if it's left unchecked. Someone, maybe you, perhaps someone in your family, could die. Maybe impaired for life, forced to use wheels as legs, or have a next stop 6 feet under. And this is where the conversation shifts from criticism to responsibility. Tiger Woods should not be driving, not conditionally, not occasionally, not when he feels fine, not at all. That's not punishment. It's basic risk management for somebody who has demonstrated repeatedly that he cannot be trusted to make that call in the moment. And the people around him need to stop this foolishness, stop protecting access, start enforcing reality. And don't hand me the line about, well, I guess you've never done anything wrong in your life and needed a second chance. Stuff a golf sock in it. Take a walk into the quicksand trap of life. I am sick and tired of hearing these excuse wankers, all looking to protect a celebrity who has the common sense of a ball washer. Because the next headline isn't guaranteed to be about Tiger walking away. At some point, it's about someone who doesn't.